Hi everyone! It's Jennifer Ryan here of Celtic Knot Crochet. How's it going out there? Anybody working on a crochet project? Hope you're having a good day. It's awfully cold where I am today, which is weird because just a week ago it was super warm. So I'm in New England in the US. But everybody around here is getting ready for Thanksgiving, and then before you know it, Christmas will be here. Yay! So hi again, those who are just joining. I'm Jennifer Ryan of Celtic Knot Crochet, and this month's Facebook Live is going to be a couple Christmas projects. So hence my Christmas scarf, and I'm going to be going over a couple projects that are in the December issue of Crochet World. We did a project from this last month. So write in the chat, hi, and where you're watching from. Carla from Florida and Lily. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Sometimes I can see your comments while I'm doing this. And if I can't see them right now, I go back and read your comments later and try to respond to as many people as I can. So thanks for joining us today. I'm Jennifer, and we're going to do some Christmas projects. I also will be giving away some yarn. Yay! Yarn! Everyone loves yarn, and who wouldn't love an early Christmas present so you can make someone else a Christmas present? So I've partnered with the yarn company, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. They're going to be sending one winner the skeins that you need to make one of the projects today. And I'm going to give you a few tips on how to finish the projects. For the most part, the stitches are simple, but the finishing, I have a few little tips because I like to do other kinds of crafts beside crochet, so I often incorporate that into my crochet projects. So hi Amy from California, Suzanne from the UK, Jean from Wisconsin. So good to see you joining us. I'm going to encourage you to leave a comment because there are 2 steps for the giveaway. And step 1 is to leave a comment below. And it's okay if you're watching this on the playback over the weekend. Up until November 22nd, which is Sunday, you can enter the giveaway. So if you don't have time today because you're at work or you're busy with kids or something like that, you can always watch this on the playback and add a comment sometime by Sunday, and you would be considered for the giveaway for step 1. All right? I'll tell you step 2 in a minute, plus all the details of how to enter the giveaway will be in the description below this. Hi, Catherine from Calgary, Jamie from New York. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us, Lavana, and Shirley from Tennessee. Elsie from Norway. Wow, that's a long way away. Very cold there. Hi, Lucy from California. Oh, love the Bitmoji. So, this is the issue. Crochet World December 2020. There are 25 great projects inside, and I'm going to show you some tips on this one, a stacked flower ornament. I'll show you the real thing in a minute. This is on page 24. If you already have one, you can look along. And then on page 40, the Christmas rose ornament. And they're both actually very simple. It's just sometimes they're considered intermediate if you're not experienced working with thread. But it's not the super tiny thread, it's the next size up. So it's not that hard. And like I always tell my students, if you have a hard time working with the thread or you're brand new, you could always make these projects with regular medium weight yarn just to get the hang of it, because a lot of pieces of these projects repeat several times. So the flower ornament, the rose ornament, here it is right here. You can see once you get the hang of one rose, you're going to be making a bunch. I think you make about 10 or 12. And so if you practice on larger yarn, then after you get the hang of it, then you can do it with the smaller yarn. Or just do it with larger yarn and your ornament would be bigger. So that's that one. And then the other one is the stacked flower ornament. And if you can see here, it's a whole bunch of circles with points on them. And today I'm going to show you my technique for making them pointy, because it can be difficult sometimes to make things pointy with crochet because so many things are rounded. But I tried my best to make it pointy. And again, once you get the hang of it, it repeats all the way up. Your circles are just a little bit bigger. And like I said, I like to add other elements like beads. You can see there are beads in between. There's a sequin here on top. And then there's even a little bell on the bottom. Isn't that cute? So that's the red and white one. And then here is same exact pattern, just different colors, the red and green. And I did use stiffener on these if you've never done that before. I do have a how to stiffen your crochet projects video on my YouTube channel, Jennifer Ryan on YouTube. You can check that out. But I think you'd like making these. And like I said, the yarn company, Handy Hands, makes the yarn that I used for this, and they are going to send one winner the 3 skeins, 3 balls of yarn that you need to make this. So why don't I tell you how to enter? So in order to enter the giveaway, you need to leave a comment in the description below, in the chat below. So I've already asked everybody, say hi, where you're watching from, and then also tell us what kind of things you like to make for Christmas gifts. What kind of crochet projects are you working on now, or do you do every year for Christmas that you enjoy making for friends and for family? Do you make big things? Do you make small little things, short projects, or things that you buy special yarn for that special person? So leave a comment in the chat below. That's step 1 of the giveaway. And then step 2, you'll see it in the description, is to head on over to my website, CelticKnotCrochet.com. And if you look on the right hand side, you'll see my picture. And then just below that, there's a space for you to enter your email so you can sign up for my newsletter. And if you do that, those 2 steps, you'll be entered in the giveaway. And you could win this yarn right here. It's called Lisbeth. It's size 3, so it's not the tiny crochet thread. It's 1 step up from that, much easier to work with. And it's great for ornaments, great for jewelry. I use it a lot. And what you'd need, you could make 2 of the trees from the Christmas green, their Christmas red, such a pretty red, and the white. So by putting these all together, you'd have enough for 2 of the stacked flower ornaments, and probably have a little left over too. So make sure you enter. You can read the details of how to enter there. I am looking forward to picking someone on Sunday and letting them know. We've had a lot of giveaways here through my Facebook Lives. A lot of times it's the magazine, but I thought in the spirit of Christmas, it would be fun to actually have something that you get in the mail. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to flip my camera around so I can show you some of the details of both of these projects, and then I'll show you a couple techniques I do to finish them. So just bear with me while I turn my camera. See my ceiling for a second there. All right, so here we have, I'll show you things from the ornament. So I'll show you a close-up again of the Christmas rose ornament. And you can see there are a whole bunch of flowers. And then the center of each flower, I actually glued on some pearl beads for a nice little finishing touch. And then I put 2 large leaves on top with a crocheted hanger. You could use a ribbon if you like. And all the details of which colors to use are in the pattern in the magazine. So I wanted to show you, here we have some regular medium weight yarn. So you can see how thick this is on my hand. And then here is some size 10 crochet thread, and it is super thin. I do like using this too, but that's really thin. And here's the medium. So to show you a comparison, this is the kind that is used in both of these projects. So you can see how this white is considerably bigger than the maroon. Smaller than the medium, but it's not so tiny that you can't see it. And again, remember, you can always work up these patterns with the medium, just some of your stash yarn to get the hang of it. Now write in the chat if you've ever made crocheted flowers. Most people have, and there are many ways to do it. But what I decided is to make these flowers in a long strip. So you'll see in the instructions how to do the V stitches on the bottom and then scallops across the top. And then you would just roll it up like this. And by rolling it, you get that nice effect of all the petals layered on top of each other. I think I made this strip in less than 10 minutes. So it's a very quick way to do a flower. And then I just use I leave a nice long tail, and I use the tail with my yarn needle to sew up the rolls in the back. And then you have, after you've done it with all the flowers, you have all these flowers already done. It's very simple. And then the next step is you'll want a styrofoam ball. Now you can get them plain. I happen to have a whole bunch like this that you see with the silk thread. And I took the silk thread off because it's so slippery, it can be hard to have your roses stay on. So I took it off. So now I have a naked styrofoam ball, but it's so nice and light. And then I experimented first with a pin, a sewing pin, and the flowers, and held them on like that with pins to see how I liked the placement. Once I got the placement how I liked it, then I got out the old glue gun and hot glued everything down. And if you use pins without this ball on the end, if you use the metal pins, you can just leave the pin in if your flowers are where you like it. And again, I said, oh, you know, I don't want two purple that close to each other, so I put the red there so all the flowers were spread out around. And then I just used regular craft glue to glue on the pearls in the middle. So there are some tips for how to make this ornament. If you have someone that you know that loves flowers, a lot of people, roses are their favorite. You could make this in any color if they loved yellow roses. My grandmother was married back during World War II, and she had yellow roses. So yellow roses has always been something special for her. So maybe I'll make one for her of different shades of yellow, and she would love to see it on her tree at Christmas. So now let's move on to the other project, and that's the stacked flower ornament. Here's some close-up for you. So see how every piece is a circle in the middle, and then the last round you add the points. And because each circle is a different size, you get that nice graduated look of a Christmas tree. I found these on Amazon because when I looked at my local craft store, they didn't have the size I wanted of the bell. But you could put anything on the bottom. And you thread through the center, putting beads on in between each layer. So let me just show you, it's a little tricky how to do the points. But of course, if you've been here before, I like to show everything with big thread because then it's easier to see. So if you see here, I just have a basic circle started. And even with this large yarn, you can see how there's more points. And of course, when you go to stiffen your project, when the project is wet with the stiffener, you can squeeze the end and put a pin in there and make it really nice and pointy, and it'll dry overnight and you'll have these nice sharp star-like points. So for this last round of every circle, you're going to do a chain 2. So that makes us go up the side of the point. Then you do a double crochet, yarn over, pull your hook through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, through 2. All right, so that we've all seen before. This is the part that's a little different. You're going to chain 1, and then you're going to work into this loop right back here. Can you see that? There's a really nice picture inside the magazine. There's this loop on the back of a double crochet that's below those top 2 loops that you would normally go in. It's just below that. So I'm going to put my hook right into there and do a slip stitch. And there we go. See how that created that little point there? See that? And then I chain 2, and that takes me back down the other side. And then I slip stitch in the circle. And see how that created a nice point? So I'll do it one more time. Chain 2, double crochet in the next stitch, then chain 1, and now instead of going back into the top of the double crochet, I'm going to find this loop that's right below the top 2 loops. Can you see that? Slip stitch, yarn over, pull through everything, and now that chain is coming down straight and makes this really nice point. Chain 2, and then slip stitch in the next 2, and there you see how it creates, instead of a rounded petal, we now have pointy petals. Yay! So that's just, I think, the trickiest part. The rest is single crochet, a couple double crochets, lots of chains and slip stitches. And same thing with the flowers. Some double crochets, a couple half doubles, mostly double crochets and chains. Nice and simple stitches. So I'm going to turn my camera back around. See my ceiling again. Hello, ceiling. All right, and now I'm back. So that's how you finish those 2 projects. There are some little tips for you. The instructions are very well written, so I think you'll be able to do it with just the magazine. But of course, you can always come back. This is sitting on Annie's Facebook page. If you don't remember, oh, what was she doing again? How did she do that? You can come back and look. It's always there for you to watch and to help you out. And of course, if you finish one of them, I'd love to see it. So you can always email me. I'm Jennifer@CelticKnotCrochet.com, or you can leave a comment under this video and I'll see it in the future. So I hope you enjoyed watching those little tips today for the Christmas rose ornament and the stacked flower ornament. I'm looking forward to putting them on my tree. In fact, where I'm sitting is where we normally put our Christmas tree. And I won't be seeing you next month because it's just busy. I'll be back in January with some very new designs that haven't been out before. So you can be looking for that in January. But until then, if you're in the US, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have some special time with your family, even though things are crazy and unpredictable now. I hope you're still able to get together with some friends or some family and remember all the things to be thankful for. And I also wish you a Merry Christmas. I love Christmas. Hope you enjoy it too. It is such a fun time to crochet and remember family and our loved ones. So I hope you get a chance to do that too. And don't forget, there's the giveaway. So you can have 3 balls of yarn sent to your home as an early Christmas gift. Just leave a comment below and then head over to CelticKnotCrochet.com and put your email in the box under my picture. And that's signing up for the newsletter, which has a whole bunch of other fun crochet stuff for you. So thanks for joining today. It was great to have you join this Facebook Live, and I'll see you in January. Take care, everyone. Bye.